So good morning. This time around on this mower, I've discovered that I'd rather use this. It's a piece of gate fence pipe to control that fuel filler cap. Then all I have to do back here is where I've drilled a hole. Then it's just you lift up and then it tips out. Right? Sorry about the camera work, but that's a lot simpler, and it really sits it in firmly in position, right? So then I always have my string trimmer, and then for the trimmer head, it's carbon fiber. I'm not going to keep that set up. I'm going to go to what I did on the other one and put a angled piece of pipe here so that it's below the control arms, the link rods. That way, both of these things are on the same side of the machine, which I like. And then, I'm not sure on the blower, I did something similar. I'm gonna run out to the other mower and show you what I've been using for a long time. But if I weld that plate right there and scooch it forward to when the angle's just right to hold the nozzle off the tire, and then weld it, and then do the pins that I did on the other, and I'll run out there and show you on the other. Now this one here has got one thing I have to accommodate for, and that's my blade stop, because this is the, sorry about the camera work, this is the clutchless. So I kick my blades in that way, and I didn't have time to set up brake pads for each of the pulleys, or grabbers to pull the belt backwards and off of the drive, which on this case I bought the wrong motor with a 1-inch shaft, so I just took and skipped the clutch because I didn't have any 1-inch clutches, and I took an extra deck pulley, and it ends up being about the same ratio. And also then I don't have not all people and circumstances can do this, right? But then that's one less expensive part that I have to worry about whether or not I can get. So just, it sits right there, it rides right there. It's done that on the other machine for many, many years. But let's take a look at the other machine and see what the differences are. Instead of just capturing that fuel gas tank port and pinning this, let's go look at the other one. Excuse the mess. Just giving ideas in case anybody else tries to do this, or it's really handy having your attachments with you, man. If you ever wanted to get these elephant ears to go, capture your water. The root system just loves a lot of moisture. Okay, so let's see on this one, which is my daily. It's set up, of course, with my edger and this coming out the same side, because I stand on this side to get the stuff off. But in this case, you know, I have the pin, but I put a plate here and it sits in there. This is broken. I need to re-weld that because this here little groove kind of rides where the neck of the trimmer gas tank sits, and the little relief there isn't really enough to hold the string trimmer in place. And then the blower sat with this weird contraption in here too. I cracked a weld on this pin going up, but all it takes is, well, this case I have this latching in on, let me grab the blower, hang on, stand by, so you can see basically how that blower and trimmer fit. So here's the trimmer. It just sits up here and it goes down on the pin. But see that neck? If that handle's a little twisted the wrong orientation, this here can lift off, and that's why I got to re-weld that pin. Otherwise I go and find that my string trimmer's been off and rubbing the tire. It works, been doing it for years. Just, it needs that can you see it? Needs that pin, because that pin goes up there beside this here and keeps it from coming this way and out of place. Now let's grab the blower, because I want you to see how the blower fits. And I can't tell you exactly what that little clip thing is. I think it's for when you go to put up a rack that holds garden tools. So to put it in, I'm putting the pin, damn it, sorry about the camera work. Pin going like there, and then it snaps down on that garden thing. And if you have a BG85, you see how it cradles this tube that's part of the structure of that, and then it rides there just like that. I've been down the highway, you know, 80 mile an hour, and it, you know, these are suspension mounted, so it does wobble around. It can be concerning people around. You might say, oh, you're going to lose your blower, you're going to lose your blower, but it hasn't come off yet, thank God. Now before, when I was mounting them back here, when I had the hydro cooler tower, I lost one. I had just got one for 20 bucks off of a yard sale. It was a BG85, first one I had. Really liked it, because Echo doesn't really make a decently strong handheld blower, but it had a loose muffler. I tightened the muffler, it was perfect. But then I started wanting to use it, and I had that thing that looks like a spoiler on the back of these as they came, you know, from the factory. And wanted to get on down the road, and I had it on the back of a little trailer. So anyway, it fell off, and of course nobody, hey, nobody honked the horn, nobody helped me out, nobody put up anything. I checked the social media to see if anybody offered to, you know, like get back with me and get that back in my hands. So at least it was a $20 blower, but still, it was perfect. Really, it was nothing wrong with it. All right, I'm gonna get on to work. Y'all have a good day. Sorry about the camera work.